Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Slada.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Guys, we are back with the second game between Horde and No Logic Gaming.
5 seconds.
Once again, I am acting Stoda. First game won by Horde. Very convincingly. They played very well. No Logic Gaming. They had some signs of hope in the game, but overall, it felt like Horde, they were always pushing further and further ahead. I mean, they had the early game, what's it called? They had the late game draft, and even in the early game, it was very well played by Horde. They were a little bit ahead, pushed a little bit ahead further, lost their net worth, and then they just went forward and forward and forward. So, yeah, well done by Horde. Now the draft is going to be different. As you can see, the QEON has been banned out with the Earth Spirit from Horde, and No Logic Gaming again. Darkseer Lone Druid. First pick will be the Slaughter from Horde. I believe that was one of the first base bans last time.
Dire team pick.
And No Logic Gaming, they will respond with a Sven Weaver opening, so take away the Weaver, making sure that Horde does not pick it up, as that is one of the heroes they love to play. And Sven is just that, you know, Dazzle Sven is that, okay, they have Slaughter, we pick Sven or Dazzle kind of thing. Now Ruby gets picked up by Horde, securing themselves a strong support here against the Weaver. So yeah, all in all, decent. Again, you may have shown your 2 support heroes on the side of Horde, but it may not be too bad. I mean, if anything, you could even try and set it up for like a Slaughter off lane, go for different position 4. So they do have options, even though this is usually going to be a support duo.
Ten seconds remaining.
Let's see, the lifesteal gets banned out as well from the side of No Logic Gaming. Ember Spirit gets removed by Horde. Nothing unusual about those 2 bans. Nothing unusual about that. Ember Spirit, I guess it's one of those very hard heroes for the Slaughter to jump, because if you're quick with your reactions, you can remnant away before the crush comes out. So it's very annoying to play against. And lifesteal, well, lifesteal Slaughter bomb, obviously. No one likes to play against that, even though it's maybe not the most difficult thing to play around. We've seen a lot of teams just completely dodge every single infest bomb from a lifesteal Slaughter, like for the whole game. But even though it's something you know exactly what they're going to do, you know exactly how they should play, it's still very strong, right? You still don't want to give them like an easy face roll strategy. That's never something you want to do. It's like playing in the old meta where like every game, if the Luna and the Shadow Demon was in the pool, they would be picked up. You don't want to just give them the sugar. You want to like make them try and fight for it a little bit, you know? And let's see. Luna got banned out as well by No Logic Gaming. Speaking about the Sun, we have Horde banning out the Witch Doctor, not letting that one go through, as it's a very strong hero right now. Amazing talents, very strong laning support, has healing capabilities, you have a decent ultimate, you scale decently into the late game as well because of your talent tree points like level 15, 20. I believe the 20 point or 15 is like minus 40-second respawn, so even late game you nearly never have to use your buyback.
Dire team pick.
And now No Logic Gaming, Shadowfiend gets picked up, fits well with the Weaver. Kind of greedy perhaps, but it's fairly obvious that it's going to be a Sven support nowadays. Usually when you pick Sven into the slaughter, it's because you are thinking about having a Sven support, so there's not really much confusing about that. I guess you could always think that the Sven is core and then you have Weaver support. That could be a thing as well, but I would imagine it's Sven support. I don't know. Actually. It might be more valuable this game to have Sven as a position 1 and Weaver as a support hero, or even potentially Weaver offlane, even though that would be like super greedy. What they decide to do in the end as Horde. Horde.
Sand King.
Alright, the Sand King gets picked up by Horde. I like that pick. Me like this pick.
Remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Sand King. So this is going to be Pablo Sand King. Oh, actually, no. What am I talking about? This is going to be the QEON Sand King and Pablo Slaughter, probably. So, maybe a dual offlane with the Slaughter. I would imagine that the QEON is probably going to be asking for a little bit of help in that offlane to set up for that aggression, especially considering No Logic Gaming support duo. I mean, CM Weaver with a Sven in the lane, like no matter which of the two is the core, that is a kill lane against that Sand King. He's going to have a lot of trouble laning against that with the root, with stuns, with the beetles being annoying. So we'll see what they do to fix that issue. Horde in the meantime.
5 seconds.
I would imagine they want a mid laner who
Templar Assassin.
TA? Yeah, I was kind of thinking about TA, but went away from it again because like you pick TA into a lot of armor. I guess the Corrosive Haze does take a lot of the armor away, so even in the small situations where Warcry is active, the Corrosive Haze will at least mitigate the Warcry completely, as maxed out Corrosive Haze takes 20 armor away, maxed out Warcry gives 20 armor, so they just deny each other. So the Templar Assassin is still useful as a hero on its own, and Excalibur had an amazing game on the TA last time, so why not give him another chance at it? Ursa gets banned out by No Logic Gaming. Not wanting to give a very aggressive lineup to the side of Horde, and Horde in the meantime. And last hero from the side of No Logic Gaming is going to be the offlaner, so Bad Rider, maybe this could be a Bad Rider game because of the burn against the Templar Assassin. Otherwise, probably something like a Centaur is going to be the most annoying hero left in the pool. Legion is another option. Liquid did play Legion last time as well. Alright, they'll ban out the Jakiro. I like that a lot. This is just Horde saying we know exactly what you played in the last couple of days to No Logic Gaming, as last time I saw the Jakiro, it was a Jakiro offlane with played by Nikwa, and they dual laned it. I can't remember exactly what hero the second one was, but you know, a support hero plus the Jakiro in the offlane, and they did so much work in that lane. They destroyed a lifestealer, he got a lot of farm, and like I said, you kind of want to have a hero that can burn through the refraction charges of the Templar, plus Morphling just got picked up by Horde, so you want someone who can potentially try and pressure the Morphling in the lane, and the Jakiro would have been a perfect pick for both cases. Without having that available though, No Logic Gaming, Morphling. I guess you could always go back for something like, okay, yeah, Bad Rider gets picked up, so I like that. Pretty good against Morphling in terms of like early game pressure. If you can just get a limited amount of help. Good initiation hero, obviously. You have a lot of magical damage. You burn through the TA very easily. it's almost impossible for the Templar Assassin to get in and out of fights anymore against the Batrider, because normally what happens with the TA is like, well, when you have BK, well, you get BKB, and then it's like you can always blink in, blink out. But the second that BKB ends, you can't really disengage that much anymore, because Batrider does not allow heroes to walk away from a fight. That's just not what happens. That is just not what happens. He will slow them, he will the end of the earth, and he will kill them. So let's see No Logic Gaming's line up this game. It looks a lot more smooth, but that's the reason why people have stopped picking him in the offlane. It is a hero that is very easy to punish in lane. We'll see if they can make that happen. They don't have any good heroes against the Batrider, as per se, I suppose. I mean, they can like try and run him down, stun him like Rubik Lift into Slaughter, stun into the Morphling's waveform, but they don't really have a good kill lane against the Batrider. It should be a decent lane for him. Usually you're playing against something like Weaver, Lifesteal every single game, but this is one of the small games where the Batrider is it's not a thing. Alright, they're memeing each other, boys. Why not? They're having a good time. Confidential information. Alright guys, let's see. Aki's on the move on his Rubik, trying to get some early vision down. He does have both wards on him, so they know this. They saw it with that CM, so it's not going to be too easy for them to hide where they have vision. I mean, having two wards on your Rubik means that, well, they can guess that there's going to be a lane ward, and they can guess that the second ward can only be placed like around mid or something along those lines.
30 seconds to battle.
Let's see, Sven. Alright, looks like they want to go aggressive in the top lane as the CM is up here. The Shadow Fiend is securing things. The Sven is actually trying to dodge out this bottom lane. They don't want to play up against the Sanking by the looks. But is this just an attempt to get a first blood? Looks like that's just the first blood kill. They have both support heroes in lane. They want to get an early kill. Pablo, he's going to be scouting out things. He may actually run into J4 if he's lucky. Oh, this is some tension right here. This is like the most tense situation. Oh, like how is this happening? How does that actually happen? J4 is actually legit standing still, just sitting there. Pablo's doing the same thing, and they haven't seen each other. They have not spotted out each other. Now they will. Oh, they will run into each other. They will see it. J4 is like pinging. He's like, Pablo's here, Pablo's here. Let's see in the meantime. Nico is going to be run down. J4 does move in, tries to help him a little bit. The CM is not here anymore though, so it's only going to be Pablo. He goes first on Nico. Is going to get a little bit of help, but he gets lifted the other way. He's going to be in trouble. He does have this healing cell. Well, we'll go for the healing cell. We'll try and dodge around the vision. He knows he has to get the maximum amount of that healing cell. In the meantime, J4 is just bashing that Morphling in the face, so they do get a lot of damage on both Pablo as well as Gork C, and they don't die. They don't lose any creeps or anything like that, so I guess J4's little move that did help out the Batrider to begin with. And let's see in the meantime, Case on the mid lane. He's sitting on 5 last hits, so he does have his souls to be able to contest Excalibur. It looks like he's having a much better game this time around. Bottom lane, the CM is in position to try and contest the QEON on that Sanking. He is level 2. He hasn't skilled up his Caustic just yet. Yeah, he skills it up now. So he's going to continue pressuring the Weaver. Weaver has already taken a lot of damage. The CM is trying to get a little bit of farm for himself. He wants to get that little last hit, but the Sand King will probably just go and leech a little bit from it. Yeah, there's no point not leeching, as he will take half of that experience. Very, very nice way towards level 3 now. And let's see this dual lane top. I mean, they're still both level 1. They need to get levels on that Bad Rider. He does have last hits going his way. 5 last hits, 2 denies. So it's not like it's the worst farming in the world, but Bad Rider's a hero that if you want to get kills in the lane, you need levels badly. So we'll see if they can make that happen. The camp has been pulled. The Slaughter's on the move. He wants to take that bounty rune, and he will be successful doing that. So Pablo takes a little bit of gold for himself. In the bottom lane in the meantime, just hiding himself in the trees, hitting people a couple of times. He does have the skill point saved for now, as he doesn't want to use it in case of emergency. He can skill up his Sandstorm if necessary. So let's see. He keeps on farming. He does have his Bar Strike skilled up now, so he does not want to skill up anything too well. Okay, Weaver gets hit, takes a lot of damage here. He needs to be careful though, as the Sand King does not have enough mana for another Power Strike focus. That will take a lot of damage from the Sand King though. All in all, very nice laning from the Sand King. He's almost level 4, and the CM is just completely not being in this lane, so the Sand King should get free farm. He should get free farm. The CM in the meantime, level 2 in the jungle, trying to work towards his level 3, stacking up a little bit to make sure that no value is lost in the jungle. Bottle gets completed by the Shadow Fiend. Him and the TAs both on even amount of last hits, so the Shadow Fiend is having a good time in the mid lane. Top lane, Nikra, he's being chased like a wild animal, and he's going to use his Firefly. He will be alive for the moment, and he's just going to go deep into the trees. He can TP to the shrine, and then everything is going to be fine. That was a rhyme, by the way, guys. In the meantime, smoke comes out in the mid lane. They want to go on Excalibur. They have the triple raise available. Kaiser, he gets 2 raises off. Oh, he had to use... Oh, he may actually drop down here. One more hit from the QEON, but no, the root comes out, and Kaiser will be fine. He goes for a root. Oh, he turns around. He goes for a raise. He tries to pop the QEON, but the root is only level 1. It does not last for that long a time. J4 didn't have a stun available at the moment. He didn't have enough mana to use it, so the Shadow Fiend will be the first blood to the QEON, and the QEON survives. How the hell does he manage to survive as well? Everything going right for the Sand King. He's active instantly, and he sets up for a nice turnaround kill. Alright, the QEON is first game. He had a good game on the Beast Master. He was more farmed than his safe lane carry the whole game, and he's definitely setting his mark on the second game already. Level 5. Having a good start. The Bad Rider in the meantime in top lane is getting good farm. He's sitting on almost 20 last hits, and he is nearing his own level 5 as well. J4 on the Sven. I mean, he's picked up a couple of bounty runes here and there, but he's level 2, maybe almost level 3. Needs to get some killing done with that Stormhammer. Sven is a hero that relies a lot on kills and levels in the early game. Arcade is going to be jumped on. They may be able to kill this guy. They are blocking him as much as possible, making sure he cannot go pass through the trees. Arcade does pop his stick charge. Not going to be enough though, as he will burn down. Let's see Excalibur in the meantime. Double damage. He's just farming some trees. Leech is happening though for Milan. He's just sitting. He's like, okay, Excalibur is trying to pull it as far away as possible, but I don't think he knows that Milan is here, so he's just going to have to deal with the fact that Milan is leeching a little bit of that ancient camp. Milan does have vision of this, so he can stay on until the creeps have been found, and maybe he can even go for kill on Excalibur, as it wouldn't be completely unusual. Oh, but Milan gets spotted out now. Now they go on, and Root comes out. He gets his crush off either way though, as the CM is going to be taking down bonus for Excalibur, so he gets the ancient farm and he gets a kill on the CM in the process. Weaver in the bottom lane, level 6. He has decent levels. He has good farm as well, actually 34 last hits, but the Sand King is getting good time in the lane as well as a trade-off. The CM, well, 6 last hits in the jungle, not really the most successful jungling in the world. Alright guys, let's see what kind of movements do we have. Bad Rider Trying very much to farm fast towards his Blink Dagger. He does have that extra little bit of mana regen with the Arcane Aura from the CM. It is helping him on the way. Milan goes in for a little ward. J4 is on the move as well. They may want to try and set up on an extra kill on the Rubik, as they've killed him once, they can kill him again. Looks like they go for it, maybe a little bit deep, but they have the root available from the CM. They will go for the root. TP comes in from the tank. It looks like the batterer may have asked for a little bit too much. Ake still alive. He does have his Fate Roll available, not needed as the QEON TP's in. Sets up a crit turnaround kill on that little bat right in the meantime. Pablo goes in. CM is going to be the next one to fall. Looks like that is going to be an easy kill as Milan will indeed drop. Alright, 2 dead on the side of No Logic Gaming all of a sudden. Again, very nice rotations from the side of Horde as they just keep moving around. The Sand King always ready to make rotations. He's always on the move. They're always trying to bait for kills, and it's successful. They get the kills they need every single time.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Alright. No Logic Gaming kind of off to a stale start this time around again, as they're 2.5k gold behind. They're almost 1000 experience behind as well. They're still trying to find kills. They may be able to get a kill on Gog on that Morphling. He does have a waveform available in a second, in 2 seconds. Let's see, does he get it off? He tries to turn around, he tries to go for a waveform onto J4. He may have asked for a little bit too much, but the Firefly has ended, and so has the kill potential. So Gog, he is not going to be punished for that. He also survived, so you know, wasting a lot of time. The Bat Rider is going to have to disengage a little bit. The Kuna in the meantime is going for a run. He gets a hit off onto Nikwa. He may continue for this kill as the slow is going to apply very soon, but he does not want to go for the kill. He could have very likely killed Nikwa, but he would have maybe had to pay with his life if TPs came in, so he's much better off just not going for the greedy style. The Sankey in the meantime does wait and see what the Bat Rider is doing, but he's not playing it greedy. He's not farming these 2 camps before he backs up. He will go deep into the trees, actually just go all the way back to his base and shrine up, heal up, and then he can go back where he came from. Alright. Alright, Weaver gets a kill on the Slaughter, but the Slaughter got a kill on him first, so Focus a little bit too greedy than the Weaver. Gets punished for it. That's a very happy Slaughter. Suddenly you just get level 6 given to you for free because the Weaver wants a kill on you. Very nicely done. Missed that one sadly. Let's see how the farm is working. I'll see the net worth for now. Top net worth, TA, as per usual, a little bit ahead of the Shadow Fiend. The Weaver is ahead of the Morphling, not by a lot though, and the Sand King is ahead of the Bat Rider. Slaughter ahead of Sven, so it's a very tight race from the 2 teams at the moment. Only 1000 gold in favor of Horde after all, so it's very tight for the 2 teams. Alrighty. Let's see. QEON bounce a little bit in the mid lane. He is working towards his Blink finally. He went for a lot of setup items first, but he will have it up in 1000 gold. Nico in the meantime on the Bat Rider is only 500 gold away from his own Blink, so he's going to potentially get it a little bit early. Ake is not going to be initiated on by Nico. He does have lift available though, and looks like Nico, he's not going to repeat this story and die for it again, as he's so close to his Blink. He does not want to lose it. They want to try and help him finish that farm. He will get a little bit more. Focus out in the meantime continues to push. They want to not let go of his tower. The QEON is in position again. He goes in. He does have his forest bag available. Who does he go on to be the target? Epicenter comes out. He gets the Epicenter off. He's doing a lot of damage just in case the case is going to be dropping down. He tries for Requiem, but that is not happening as Horde rotated everyone. They try to go on the Sven, but no bash, no stun, no nothing. The start of the bash skilled up yet, so that is not happening. They lost the Rubik. They got the Shadow Fiend. So all in all, still very much worth it. Nico, he knew what was happening. He TP'd out instantly and just went to the mid lane, farmed out a little bit. As like I said before, the thing about Bat Rider is when you're in this position, if you were to take the fight and die, then you would be pretty much just out of the game. Like, getting a too late a Blink Dagger on Bat Rider is not a good thing. It's very bad. So he needs to focus on the Blink. He's 50 gold away from it. He cannot afford dying. Most likely won't, but Pablo's going to be on the run. He's trying to run him down. We do have Ake able to go for a lift. That is going to be the setup on the Bat Rider. He gets stunned up. Barstrike is available to get a 2-man Barstrike off to kill the Bat Rider before the Blink is completed. That is the awful thing that can just not happen. Oh, 50 gold away, man. Oi, that hurts, man. That hurts deep in the soul. But that is life, man. Nikra, you'll have to farm a little bit more before the blink is completed. It is now 12 minutes into the game. It's not done yet with only Brown Boots alive. Weaver, Dragonlance, Aquila now rushing towards the Desolator. This game is fine though to have a Deso on the Weaver, as there's not two people going Deso. This Sven is trying to finish up a Helm. Looks like he is very close to finishing it. Well, kind of close to finish it. The Shadow Fiend is trying to go for a Dragonlance himself. The CM is Tranquils for now. Nothing too unusual on top of that. And in the meantime, on the side of Horde, enough gold for the blink is up on the QEON. So he actually picks up a blink at the same time as the Bad Rider. And, well, that's what they were trying for. Now he's 1000 gold out of the Bad Rider, so he's doing very nicely for himself. The Morphling is rushing towards a Lincoln Sphere with his Aquila. He has Perseverance. He's pretty well farmed. Obviously, his farm is a little bit slower than the Weaver's, but the Weaver had a solo lane, so he had a lot more levels. And with a lot more levels, you should also get a lot more farm. That's the, you know, brain dead thing to say. The obvious thing to say. The Templar Assassin picked up his blink now as well, still super farmed, working towards the Desolator next. Starter working towards a blink, he needs 1000 more gold for that. So all in all, it feels like Horde, they may try and set up for a fight with the QEON's blink. They have it available, and Excalibur, he's indeed pushing the bottom tower as they're sitting in the trees waiting with the QEON. He can initiate if someone tries to defend this tower, and that's the plan. In the meantime, the Logic Gaming, they are pushing the top lane. They're just fine with farming for now. They don't want to set up for anything that they don't feel like they can win, or they don't know where Horde is hiding, so they just go for a push. They just continue pushing. They feel like it's very likely that they're not going to be in the top lane, so they do as much damage as possible. Tier 1 for tier 1 so far. And let's see, the Weaver continues pushing. The Shadow Fiend is going to be in position as well. They may be able to take this tier 2 as well as the fortification comes out. TB's coming from the side of Horde. They need to try and work on defending this. In the meantime, Sven comes in. Oh, Bad Rider goes for initiation onto the Starter. Starter gets hit by 2 stuns. Root is available as well. The QEON goes in, gets a jump on the CM, making sure the team does not root anyone, but Starter has already been taken down. Ark in the backline is a little bit in trouble. His focus is doing a lot of damage to him. Sun comes out. Oh, and the hit. So much damage done, as he did not expect to die from that one hit from the Templar Assassin. 2 for 2 so far. In the meantime, Case is going to be the next one to be jumped on. He goes for a Rec Room, blows it up. Excalibur still alive, slows Case even further. They need to continue going. J4 tries to stop Excalibur from moving away. Lit comes out. J4 is going to be taken down, but him losing his life to make sure the Shadow Fiend lives is a small price to pay. 3 for 2 in the end. So Horde, they win a small engagement. Now in the mid lane, Nikra. Still no lasso available. He cannot go for another fight, but it's fine. You know, it just took a little corrosive haste to the face, so they have some vision on them for a moment. The Sand King. He died in that fight as well, so he didn't really go much further. The Bad Rider is actually sitting on a decent amount of farm suddenly, as he picks up his Tranquils, picks up his Wand. All in all, pretty decent. Picks up Windlace. So he has all of those early game items you want on a Bad Rider. Now it's just about getting forced off, potentially an Eels afterwards, and we'll see how this guy's game is going to go further. I guess Eels is kind of not the best item this game, maybe a Ghost Step instead because you're playing against TA, but we'll see how he decides to go for it. The Weaver, Desolator up in 100 gold. Alright, the Templar Assassin puts down a trap. He does see Focus Dota here, but the trap got taken away by the looks of things, so he does not want to jump. His own Desolator is going to be completed in a moment as well.
A golden thread.
And let's see the Sea Folks. They do have the Sand King available. They could maybe think about getting a jump on this Weaver, as he's using a lot of time farming this double stat camp, so they could set up with a Bar Strike into an Epicenter. Focus Dota uses his. Alright, he continues farming, but they're going to be a little bit stale. Yeah, they don't want to commit for this. I mean, I don't know if they could have. They needed the Epicenter for sure on top of the Bar Strike, but I think they had enough damage to kill him there. If they at least tried. I guess he just didn't want to waste his Epicenter in case the Weaver was like instantly, you use Epicenter, then he like goes to Kuchi and walks away. That would have been a little bit sad, but in the end they get nothing. They lose the Rubik in the meantime in the mid lane, so Horde, they need to be a little bit more consistent. Like, either you go for the play or you don't go at all. Like, you can't just wait and wait and wait and then let the creeps be farmed and then just like still look when it ends. Rubik now TP's in. Bad Rider's in position. Invis rune is available. Milan. Aki, sorry, will be a little bit in trouble maybe. He tries to steal something. Stole guard strength from J4. Not really the most amazing steal in the world. Case in the meantime is trying to finish up Roshan. They have a replicate in the pit now. They see the Roshan is super low. And they will make sure that at least Roshan is not going to be taken. Oh, the Morphling's replicate got taken away. They may be able to take this Roshan in the end. See, Horde, do they try to contest it? The blink is completed by the... He has it on the way, but they need to go before that happens. In the meantime, the Sankin gets jumped on. They try to finish Roshan in the meantime. They finish the Aegis. Requiem of Soul comes out from Kesa. Looks like the Sankin will be burning down. He's so low, but the QEON, does he survive? High ground. Oh, they miss, but no, he doesn't get the blink away as the QEON will drop down on the Sand King. DM for Sand King. They get Aegis on the side of No Logic Gaming. They get a little bit back that way. Abusing that early Desolate on Progostoda's Weaver. He's now moving towards a Lincoln Sphere. Cases Shadow Fiend. Dasha is done. Dragonlance. Now the next item will be his Manta style. Makes sense. You want to be able to Manta dodge that Corrosive Haze. Super annoying spell to deal with otherwise. You could get a BKB, but the Manta style is like the greedy option as Case. He's having a decent game. His farming is very nice, so there's no reason he shouldn't do that. Pablo does have a blink available. Tries to go for blink initiation onto the Templar Assassin. Oh, well, onto the CM, sorry, the CM on top of the Templar Assassin. What am I talking about? In the meantime, mid lane, oh, the QEON goes in, tries to go for Barkback on the Bad Rider, misses. He may survive, but this is not looking good. They will be able to bring down the Sven. In the meantime, they're chasing for Kesa. He has the Aegis, so they need to be careful. Aki goes in, gets a lift off, loses his life before he pops him. The Aegis will be taken down. As Skork has to back himself up. They do have a throw available. The QEON goes in, but he gets killed in the backline. The Focus goes in, gets a double hit off, and the QEON will die where he's standing. Kesa will still lose his life. Focus again, trying to find more kills. He finds a kill on the Slaughter. He's now moving towards Gorg. Gorg will go for TP back home. Excalibur is going to be the one he focuses on. There's not a lot of mana on Excalibur. He needs to get the blink away. Goes invisible. Will survive for the moment. The Sven comes in. Does have dust available, but the blink away from Excalibur will be alive for the moment. He does have a trap. He tries to slow him. Is it going to be enough? He slows him. He has a shrine heal available. He will be able to pop the shrine. Uses refraction and he will survive. As I say that though, here comes the rest of the team. They should be able to get this kill on Excalibur in the end as Ake tries to come in from the side and help Excalibur. Not happening though, as Ake will die as well. The Sanking TP's in, but they may lose him as well if they know he's here. As this is just one by one Dota Horde. They lose hero by hero by hero. Now Gorg comes in on the Morphling, does get a kill on the CM. Barfrack comes out on the J4's Sven in the meantime. He's taking a lot of damage here as well. They need a couple more hits and J4 will burn down as well. Gorg gets a double kill. Oh well. One side gets too greedy, the other side gets too greedy in return as Horde and No Logic Gaming, they're both just fighting and fighting and fighting. It's a bloodbath in both ways. Alright. Whew, guys, that was a lot of blood being spilled on both sides. The QEON, Link, looks like he has another item completed. Just the Staff of Wizardry working towards his 4 staff. Slowly, Lincoln Sphere is done on the Morphling, working towards his Ethereal Blade. Will take him a little while though. Looks like the Templar Assassin does have his Blink there, so working towards a BKB next. So Horde, they still have a lot of big items they need to wait for before they feel super confident fighting. The Slaughter's Blink is a great item, but it's one of many they need to be able to fight confidently. TA fighting up against Bad Rider without BKB is always a very risky thing to do. And let's see in the mid lane, they do jump the Weaver, they do burn him down as well. Between the lift from the Rubik, the Slaughter's Crush and all that good stuff, since the Weaver does not have Lincoln Sphere just yet, it's very easy to combo stun him and kill him. The Templar Assassin, only the recipe to go for the BKB. Kesa is very close to his Manta style. The Sven, Helm of the Dominator is completed, working towards Treads next as you can start becoming like a semi-carry on the Sven by now. Bad Rider, still no force up on him either as he's working towards it. He does have his blink available to go on Excalibur, goes in, gets a lasso off again. The QEON tries to go in with a bar effect, doesn't hit onto the Bad Rider. The Bad Rider gets control. CM goes for an ultimate, that's a lot of damage being done onto the QEON. The QEON gets hit by a storm hammer from J4 as well. Ake steals the freezing field, turns it around, uses it against the enemy, but he may be a little bit in trouble here as J4, 3 seconds to go, then he has another storm hammer available. He will be able to go for the stun. J4 gets jumped on, gets crushed. Excalibur gets a nice, very nice side play hit off. Bad Rider will be the first casualty from him. J4 with that war cry, they're still going to be alive Now Excalibur needs to dodge the swarm. In the meantime, let's see. They have heroes still available. Pablo gets hit by a freezing field, or well, a crystal nova, and he will die to Milan. Alright, nicely done from Horde. They buy back the slaughter. They want to go for this fight. Excalibur goes in, goes for a jump. This is maybe too much though, as he's taking so much damage. Is he going to be enough to survive? No, he will die. He kills the Sven, but it's not worth giving up your life for that, as in the meantime the QEON comes in with a bar strike. They get the kill on the Weaver. They need to chase more. They need a lot more, as they brought back the slaughter for this. The QEON is on the way. Link is ready in a few seconds. He needs to be the front line. They kill the CM. They continue going. CM WellPlay comes in with a replicate. The epicenter comes out on Kaiser. They need to continue going. Pablo flanks forward, gets the crush off. Kaiser will drop on the Shadow Fiend. In the meantime, in the background, the Battle Rod tries to go, and Aka will burn down. The Battle Rod gets lifted up in the meantime. They do have a bar strike available. They take the tower. They go for the bar. Battle Rod will be crushed out. He dies as well, TPing into his head. He kills the Rubik, but dying as an offlaner is not worth that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, so the buyback was in the end worth it from Pablo, as he ends up securing a lot of kills for his team. Gork, obviously. A lot of gold given to the Morphling in that fight as well. He will be able to finish his Ethereal Blade now, so he can pop someone very quickly. The Sankey, well, he's working towards his Eel Scepter by now. Slowly, still working on it. The Templar Assassin does have BKB in the next fight. Kind of unfortunate that Excalibur died in that fight, but he went a little bit too early for his team to be in position to make the counterplay work. Like they still won the fight, but I'm sure Excalibur's idea that he would just keep them there for a little while and then survive. His team comes in to the rescue, and then, you know, they turn around the fight, but he ends up dying. Slaughter working towards a 4-star next. The Rubik, well, nothing great on this guy. Maybe did he pick anything up? Nah, just small items. In the meantime, on Logic Gaming, BKB is going to be the next item on case of J4. Betts is done. Probably a Blink next, and then maybe he goes for something like an Armlet or BKB or whatever on this guy as well, as that's not unusual even as a support Sven. Maybe Vlad's also a nice item, we'll see. Bad Rudder has his 4-star completed now, the CM Glimmer Cape. Alright, let's see. Ethereal Blade is done. Tanky Morphling most likely picks up his travel boots next. They smoke up where they have Century Wars, so they just made sure there was no vision on them, and then they smoke. J4 is going to be the first one they run into. The QEON goes in, gets a power off, will be lasted up by the batter. In the meantime, J4 takes a lot of damage, and that waveform comes out as well. Looks like the Sven may be taken out. Glimmer Cape keeps him alive. He gets a nice 2-man storm him off. J4 is still going to be living. The Shadow Fiend got popped though, as the Sankey is the only casualty in the meantime. They kill the Sven as well. Milan is going to be the next one who gets initiated on. They try to kill him. The Glimmer Cape keeps him safe for a moment, but they get the kill. 3 dead on side of No Logic Gaming. They got the Rubik in the backlines with the Weaver as well as the Bat Rider. So those two will survive. They'll move down towards the bottom. In the meantime, the tier 2 in the mid lane will be pushed down by a Horde. It's like both sides are just pushing and pushing and pushing, trying to fight, but it's always weird fights. Like the Sankey always goes in. He may get a bar strike off, but then he dies afterwards. It's a very unfortunate mid-game fall with the QEON. He's had a very good early game. He had a very good game last time, but the mid-game here is not really working out that great in his favor. As the tier 3 tower will now be taken down by Horde. They may continue going, as there's still 15 seconds with no Shadow Fiend, and even when he's back, he doesn't have full souls, so he doesn't really fight that well. God takes a lot of damage from Prodota, but not enough to scare him away from pushing that Melarax. They will take the Melarax. Now, Weaver gets jumped on. Excalibur tries to do a little bit of damage onto him, blinks away. Alright, nice dodge with that Stormhammer. In the meantime, Necros and Lasso's available in 1 second. Doesn't have enough mana to use it. He does have to use a stick. Excalibur tries to turn around, but he does end up falling. Didn't have his BKB available on that TA. Or at least he didn't want to use it, so... Templar Assassin. Nice little pick off from No Logic Gaming. They may be able to find more as they're looking for it, but looks like there's not really much more to find.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, the tier 2 down in the mid lane in the meantime will be pushed down as the Shadow Fiend wants to turn around and create the favor. The Shadow Fiend gets jumped in the meantime. Barflag comes out. Oh, he tries to go in with the Morphling with the Ethereal Blade shot on the Shadow Fiend, but he misses the Ethereal Blade on Kaiser, hits it onto the Illusion instead. Oh, I don't even know. Hits it onto something else at the very least. In the meantime, Horde, they get overrun. Focus Dota goes in, gets a jump on the Sankey. Ake dies on the Rubik as well. They lose the Slaughter. They're just getting overrun in that little fight. Morphling does have another Zero Blade shotgun available. Who does he go on? Bad Rider would be a nice one. He tries to go on and blinks away. No damage was done. God. Buyback comes out from the Rubik. He may be able to keep the tower safe for long enough for his team to get back alive. 5 seconds left on that Templar Assassin. The Sanking is there for 20 more seconds. They need to defend this. Ake goes in, pops the Lincoln Sphere. Augusto tries to scare him a little bit at the very least. Excalibur TP said he does have his BKB available. They could look for a jump. They go in. Kaiser let's get jumped by Excalibur. That may be enough to burn him down. They go in with the Ethereal Blade. Gork in the meantime gets hit by that Stormhammer in the face. Lincoln Sphere keeps him safe for now. Focus Order needs to go for this kill. He has to go for the full-on morph strength, but he's taking so much damage. Does he survive? They get the bar strike on the Reaver just in time before Gork died. Everything came out. They almost burned J4. J4 dies. Bad Rider dies to the Ethereal Blade. Excalibur's on the hunt for the CM. The CM will die as well. He tried to go for the Melarax on Focus Order. He will bring down the Melarax. In the meantime, the Lincoln gets popped. He does not have his time lapse available. He gets jumped. He gets killed. Oh, Gork. Gork died to the Beatles? Oh god, how does that happen? Especially like next to shrines, and like they used the shrine as well just now. How does he die like that? How does he die there actually? Oh well, Gork died on the morphing. Unfortunate, they still defended their base. They only lost the Melarax, so it's an even situation on both sides. Now Bad Rider goes for a buyback. He tries to go in and contest this Roshan, but they should be able to bring it down fast enough. They go in. Oh, he tries to go for this steal. Not quite fast enough though. And now Nico maybe will win trouble. He bought back for this. This is not good. Losing your Bad Rider 60 seconds on the sidelines after using buyback. That is the Bad Rider's goal just going down the drain. Necrot, that was not the play, man. Well, sometimes you try. I mean, I guess it's like, you know, you can always judge it afterwards, right? Because if he bought back, blinked in, took the Aegis, went out and survived with Aegis, you would be like, oh, what a player. So it's only like not the play when it doesn't work, right? Now the CM gets jumped on, tried to go out for a warding mission, but he gets comboed and he gets one shot by that Templar Assassin. So much damage in this guy right now. He has the Diffusion Blade completed again. He's working towards a butterfly like last game. Same build exactly. The Sand King in the meantime tries to see if there's anyone hiding in the trees. There's no one though. And let's see, they want to continue. The T2 got taken down. Now they want to go high ground. 30 seconds without CM. CM goes for a buyback. But they still want to commit as they have Aegis on Excalibur. Ake still working slowly towards his blink. They'll back up for now. They can take the shrines as well if need be. They can take the shrine very easily. The Slaughter does have blink plus 4 staff. Morphling, Ethereal Blade travels, moving towards a... Wait, what? Offling? I'm sure that's like a Scotty or a Mantis style, and he actually sells it. He's like, what the hell am I thinking? I have a Lincoln Sphere. Why would I go for another Lincoln Sphere? He's moving towards a BKB instead, guys. So I was, I mean, we already saw in the first game, Gork like having that double Desolator, so it wouldn't be surprising if he went for another not so good item purchase, but yeah, we're just making fun of him, man. It's fine. We saw that, though. We saw that. He tried to get another Lincolns. Cannot hide. Alright, the QEON. Blink, Falls, Eels is done on this guy. Templar Assassin can buy his butterfly very, very soon. Should fit the timing where the Aegis is down, then he can replace it with a butterfly. And on the side of No Logic Gaming, BKB is done on the Shadow Fiend. 10-second BKB is up and available. Sven still moving towards his blink. 4 staff is completed by the Bad Rider. No Eels just yet. The Weaver does have BKB as well. 10-second available. Moving towards a Bloodthorn next. Will take him a long time to finish that though. And the CM, not really anything great left. He just used the buyback, so obviously his net worth is kind of hurting. If we take a look at the overall net worth lead, we can see that Horde, they only have a 4,000 net worth lead, so it's not something that can't be fought against. But look at the experience, 12,000 experience lead. That is insane amounts of levels on the side of Horde. I'm not sure if this is like because of some kind of a level perk, so if they just have a lot more experience overall, maybe they, when they died, they lost a lot of gold. I guess that's what happened, right? Alright, so let's see what's happening. Lacking. Okay, so the QEON will just go for a restart of Dota, I'm sure. So you will be back in like 30-ish seconds. It's not going to be a long pause, no worries, boys. See if Horde can finish up this game. They're so close. They can taste the victory, but there's still a couple of moves left to be made. No logic gaming. They can still try and defend high ground. They're not that far behind in terms of net worth. They have good late game heroes as well. The Weaver will always continue to scale, at least for a long time. The Shadow Fiend as well can still build a lot of big items. The Sven even, I mean, this is a ticking time bomb, right? Like at some point this guy's going to scale into heavy right click items as well. Or just a lot of aura items. Either would be very good. The Bad Rider, well, he has 2 items, so it's not like his progression is going to stop anytime soon. And the CM, he has Glimmer Cape only, so no logic gaming. The longer the game goes on, the better it's going to be for them. Whereas Horde, I mean, the Templar Assassin, he is very close to being 6-slotted. Sure, you can replace the Diffusal Blade, you can get a Moonshot, you can replace the BKB, the Desolator with bigger items, but once you start replacing all of your items, like, the value of the gold you get is not going to be as big. Alright, let's see in the meantime. Morphling wants to get that BKB finished up. He only needs 800 more gold, but I'm not sure if you want to wait until the BKB is done before you go for another push. Looks like bottom lane, Focus Dota is going to be the target they're walking down towards. They're just rushing him down. Horde, they want to get this initiation. They tried to go in for Blind Crush. Oh, they find him though. Focus Dota will be seen. They walk through. They 4-star forward. Focus Dota is going to be spotted. He is invisible for now, but he goes on to Pablo. Pablo gets a bash off. Oh, the bash. Pablo just clicks him in the face and he's like, now what? Now what? In the meantime, mid lane, Gog. Oh, so much control. He tries to replicate away, but forced what's it called? Lasso forced into a point blank Rec Room. That is a blown up Morphling. Almost survived, but almost is not good enough. So they lost a carry on each side. And let's see, Horde.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
The tier 2 down the bottom lane, they get taken down by Horde. Now they can take the shrine in the bottom area as well. So even though the Morphling is dead, they can pretty much secure him the gold for the BKB while he's dead by taking structures. The Sand King does have a gem on him now, purchased by Mr. Pablo's Slaughter. Pablo doesn't really need any more items at the moment anyways. The Rubik does want to get his blink up, maybe? Nah, he goes for Ghost Hit instead. So that's the survivability item against the Weaver as opposed to the Shadow Fiend, just so he can make sure he at least gets a couple of spells off before dying. Slaughter could also go for Ghost Hit himself, so both of them could survive a little bit longer. There's no Diffusal Blade at the moment on the side of No Logic Gaming, so the Ghost Hitters would be very valuable. Let's see, bottom lane, Weaver moves in. The Sand King is in position, already just sandstorming his way through things. Focus Dota does hit him a couple of times in the meantime. Weaver goes for another pause, okay. Unfortunately, in the meantime, top lane looks like there's a Rubik being dragged by a Bad Rider. They want to kill this guy. Alright, CM, well, I mean, these two should be easily be able to kill the Rubik. There's no way this guy should survive. Milan, you know, all Frostbite facing field, and then they can go completely crazy on that guy. Alright guys, they're ready to go again. Let's continue bottom lane. The Weaver just gets jumped, doesn't get forward. Oh, the QEON goes into his death as he misses the bar strike and he pays with his life. That is a gem on the ground as the Weaver will gladly take that away from him. And King making small mistakes and he's being punished for the QEON is having a rough time at the moment. He's used all of his energy already, and if they go to game 3, I'm not sure if he can keep up, as they need to end this game before all of the energy of the QEON is gone, man. The bars are one bar after another. It's just not going well. Alright, Pablo. Templar Assassin does have that Aegis still, does have his butterfly completed now, so I would imagine they're still looking to use the Aegis for something, but they need to wait for the tank to respawn. He's now back up. Let's see if they gather up and go for a push somewhere. The Templar will push out the mid lane in the meantime, moves in. BKB still available. The illusions get sent out by the Shadow Fiend trying to defend this mid lane, but that is not going to be happening. Kai'Sa will have to make do with his own power of defense. And let's see the Bad Rider gets jumped 4 stops towards Excalibur. Excalibur actually got pushed away into the trees, but it's fine. He can just blink back. They get a jump on him and they kill him regardless. The Bad Rider is going to be in the grave for 60 seconds. They now want to try and go high ground, but they don't have the Aegis anymore. Excalibur, he wasted that opportunity. They may still try though. Looks like Kai'Sa got slowed by the trap on the high ground. Let's see Excalibur move in. Goes for a jump. Creep wave will be taken away in a few seconds. And Excalibur now blinks towards the top area. Do they go for the tower? Yeah, Excalibur, he wants to just commit for that tier 3 tower. They will try and force it down. Lane comes hit, but in the meantime, Excalibur blinks out. Not really the best initiation in the world. In the meantime, the Shadow Fiend gets hit by an ETH blade. He will be alive. BKB gets popped. Kai'Sa still fine, but he gets popped. He doesn't get his Requiem off before dying. He is now dead. Prodota continues fighting. Gorg, he just goes for that more strength. He still has a little bit of value left. You need to be careful with his HP though. Still fine though. Geek goes for a buyback on the Sven. SF does have a buyback available as well, but the CM is dead. The Bad Rider is still dead for 5 seconds. They need to wait for the Bad Rider. They now buy back the Shadow Fiend. They have to go in. They have to defend this. Looks like Horde, they're backing up. They force a buyback from the Shadow Fiend. That is good enough. They don't want to overcommit for something else. They now have the buyback on cooldown on the Sven, the Shadow Fiend. So everything is good. They can just go back, they can regen, they can even just smoke again if they wanted to and then try and find initiation. They just need to kill the Shadow Fiend, then they could end the game. So we'll see if they can manage to do that. Item wise, let's see. Next BKB is available in a second. They do buy smokes on the side of No Logic Gaming. They use 2 very huge buybacks, so it makes sense that they were to go for like a 5-man desperation smoke as well. They are now 10,000 gold behind. They are 20,000 experience behind, so they need to find a pickoff. They need to find one desperately to prolong the game. The Weaver picks up a little arcane rune. He now TP's back to the base just to heal up fully. Almost has the Scotty completed on top of that BKB. Just occurred a second ago mid lane. In the meantime, the Templar Assassin gets jumped. The smoke was a success. Horde. That Templar Assassin got jumped and they were not ready to help him. He gets burned down instantly. He does have buyback available, so they can buyback if necessary, and it's very likely it will be necessary. The Morphling is trying to split push in the bottom and can TP whenever necessary. T2 down the top lane. Looks like that's what No Logic Gaming wants, but if they use too much time not forcing high ground, they may not be able to go for anything at all. I mean, I understand why you would go for tier 2, because then you can go for both the top racks as well as the bottom ones, but I don't know. They're wasting a lot of time. Like 60 seconds to go with the T8. There's backdoor protection for now, so they will waste another 10 seconds. In the meantime, the Morphling is pushing the bottom lane, so they may even have to just completely stop this push, and that is what happens. So they can't even force the TA to buy it back. They may be able to jump Gorg here. He needs to get himself out of here. He does not have a Rubicon available. Gorg, if he dies, then it's worth it. Then they can go right back and try and force the Morphling's buyback instead, which is, by the way, not available. Alright, this could be very bad as Gorg, man, he's baiting his heart out. We do have the QEON on the way towards the bottom area as well. He does have his weapon available, but I mean, what would you try to successfully do? The issue right now is that, yeah, they actually have a problem. They can't go on him. That's actually so sad. Gawk, he should be able to survive because he has BKB, so he can make sure they can only do right click damage. Plus, Nikwa cannot use lasso on him right now. His 4-star is on cooldown. He needed to use the 4-star to get close enough to him, and he has Lincoln Sphere available, so there's no one who can pop the Lincolns nearby. This Sven does have a blink available, so he can, yeah, I guess he's close enough to blink Stormhammer, and then they can get the lasso off. But I'm not sure if that's going to be good enough. The Morphling could even use the BKB to dodge the Sven's Stormhammer, and then in that case, if he times it, he can maybe bait out the lasso from Nikwa. I'm sure that's actually the best play he can try and go for, is that J4 he goes in, he blinks forward, he uses a Stormhammer, and then like the second before it hits, you pop BKB, and you hope that Nikwa tries to use a lasso at the same time. In that case, he would use the lasso on the Lincolns, and then you will probably survive, no problem. We'll see. We'll see what Gawk decides to do. I mean, when you pause, you suddenly have a lot of time to think about your next move. A little bit, maybe a little bit unfair in some ways, but if people lag, people lag. Alright, let's see. He pops his BKB, goes for TP back to him. That's another way to do it. Just BKB TP out, don't even try and waste any time, he will be fine. Alright, so what happened here was basically that No Logic Gaming, they decided to push the tier 2 tower in the top lane. They tried to fight the back tower protection, ends up not getting the tower because the Morphling has to pressure them so hard that they have to defend, they have to TP back and defend. Meaning that No Logic Gaming, they use buyback on the Shadow Fiend as well as the Sven like 2 minutes ago. They tried to pressure for the buyback of the tier after killing him with the smoke, but they didn't actually get to do that. So the Templar Assassin did not get punished, he still has his buyback available. Usual 2 has been purchased as well, and the Morphling has had enough time to finish up his own buyback goal so he doesn't get into a weird situation where he doesn't have buyback. See what No Logic Gaming has completed. Blink is soon up on the CM. The Weaver does have that gem on him that he took away from Pablo. He does have an MKB complete as well. No buyback right now, but that's a lot of damage. The Bat Rider picked up a BKB just now. The Sven, Blink, Helm, working towards a BKB himself. A Void Talisman is completed by the Shadow Fiend, almost having a Butterfly completed. Alright guys, the QEON is back for the maybe like the 100 millionth time, but you can always hope that this one is the last time. Alright. Guys, we are ready to go. Boss has ended. Let's see. Oh, they're moving up. They're gathering up together. They do have a smoke available, I believe, on the Rubik. Yeah, indeed. They have a smoke on him. They can TP Pablo back as well. He has another smoke, so they can go for a couple of smoke plays. They need to try and find that pick off on the Shadow Fiend in the meantime. No Logic Gaming. They do the same play as they did a second ago. They call the TA. They go for 5-man smoke. They need to catch something. They need to keep on prolonging the game. Roshan is very, very soon up. Very, very soon up. And yeah, well, that is up and available. Just buying time until my head dies again. Not fooling me. Alright, let's see. Looks like No Logic Gaming is fine. I guess J4 just quickly went to the toilet or something like that while the QEON was gone anyways. Either way, let's see. They go for that 5-man smoke. They're trying to find a jump on someone. Horde puts down a little trap with the TA, so they know roughly where the TA is. Let's see if they can get that jump. They need to get that TA kill desperately. Excalibur does move himself towards the mid-area. He could be jumped here. Nikwa. Oh, he moves the other way though. They guessed wrong. They may find Gawk in the meantime, but they don't get the jump. They now know that No Logic Gaming, they're in position. They blink away on the QEON, but he gets plunked on by this battle. They jump him, they find the kill on him. Looks like Horde, they're just going to disengage themselves. This is not a good position to fight in, but Ake has already been spotted out. They want to get this kill as well. He puts on a sentry ward. Ake is going to be on the move. He tries to steal something, or he steals the Sukuchi, but it's not good enough. As they have vision, they have a gem on the battle, obviously, so they get the Rubik kill as well. And what a time to get that. They are now forcing a buyback from the Sand King because they need to defend Roshan. They have a trap in the pit, so they know this is happening. They buy back with the Rubik as well as the Sand King. The courier dies from the Radiant, actually. Thing it up. Alright, let's see in the meantime. Roshan is not going to be happening. No Logic Gaming, they back themselves up, but they're now going to be on a chase. 17 seconds to go, then they can go for another lasso. They need to continue catching people. In the meantime, bottom lane Morphling is doing his thing. He is forcing them back. Tier 3 tower may drop down, and he's doing so much damage to it. He does have his Replicator available. He will be jumped on. He does have a Lincoln Sphere available, but he's fine. He'll get the Replicator away, and now they go for Roshan themselves. In the meantime, they force the Sven as well as the Weaver to come back and defend the high ground. So now Roshan is going to be an easy thing for them. They take it. Aegis gets picked up by Gawk on that Morphling. They now jump on the Milan. CM gets taken down 50 seconds on the sidelines. Kesa and Prodota, they're both moving themselves back to the base as they cannot contest this Roche anymore. Very nicely played by Gawk, just forcing people back. You have two choices. You need to make one. Like, either you go for Roshan and you probably, well, you could probably get Roshan. Maybe you take a fight and then, you know, no one knows what happens. But in the meantime, they would lose the Rack in the bottom lane. So it's kind of a difficult situation when you know Logic Gaming. The best thing to do is just defend, make sure you don't lose any buildings. And then if you lose Aegis because of that, well, then it's kind of hard to do anything else. It's better to just try and defend high ground rather than potentially give up both buildings as well as Aegis. Alright, let's see Horde in the meantime. They smoke up. They're ready to jump. There's no tier 3 buildings, so they should be able to make a very, very nice jump on the high ground as well. The shrine in the mid lane has already been used now as well by Mr. Nikwa. So let's see, they're just hanging themselves back. Excalibur is the only one showing. He's going to be the front liner. They want to get a jump on him regardless, so I'm sure they want to try and look for a jump. Pablo is going to be in the front. Nikwa takes a Lincoln Sphere to his face from Prodota as they want him to go in and find a jump on someone. Let's see if he finds anything. Nikwa's ready for it. They have a ward spotting him out though. They know that the battle rat is sailing position there. The QEON goes in, sees the CM. Sandstorm comes out, Glimmerkeem comes out as well. Both of them is like, okay, don't jump me, don't jump me, don't jump me. But it's fine for now. No one jumps anyone. Alright, the tension is pretty heated up. They have another smoke available by Arcade. They TP away on the Morphling as he TPs down to the bottom and starts pushing out that. In the meantime, I'm sure that No Logic Gaming should try and look for a jump. There's a replicate available from the TA. There was Nico tried to go in, but didn't actually work. Gawk in the meantime is continuing his push. This replicate will be sent away, as you don't want to give up that replicate. You need to keep it alive. Alright, let's see, they jump in, they get a jump on the Weaver. Doesn't actually do anything. The Morphling is still pushing the bottom lane. Gog may go and force high ground here, so he does have that replicate available. They may try and in the meantime, Gog goes in, starts hitting the Melirex, goes in on the CM, pops the CM, replicates to the top lane. Now they can go for the push in the top area as the CM is dead, fires back instantly. Liquid goes in on the Batronet, gets a lasso on that Templar Assassin. They may be able to burn him down. Excalibur has to pop his BKB, but it's not good enough. He will be taken down. Excalibur is dead. 100 seconds on the sideline. In the meantime, Horde is being overrun. Rubik gets taken down. TP back on Gorg. He will survive. The QEON may not be so lucky. Tries to go for TP out as well, but the MKB procs from Prodota. Sand will die as well. 50 seconds. Pablo in the meantime in the bottom lane tried to push out this, but it's a Slaughter support. There's only so much damage you can do. Morphling is in the bottom lane as well, as he knows what he has to do. He has that Aegis. Even if he loses the Aegis, maybe even if he loses his life, it's better to try and split push and force something, because you don't have buyback on the Sand King and the Rubik, and you do not want to use the buyback on the TA, so they need to split push this up. Let's see if they can force back No Logic Gaming. In the meantime, No Logic Gaming is running down the mid lane. They could go down the mid and just try and force Throne, try and force Rax somewhere, but who's pushing faster? I don't know. The Morphling is pushing quite damn fast. Looks like in the meantime, Logic Gaming, they want to go for that Throne push. It's funny because it's true. Alright, well, this is going to be interesting. I mean, I guess this is maybe No Logic Gaming's best chance if they feel like, because what would you do otherwise here, right? Like you can take the raid tracks, you can go down to the bottom, you can try and push that out. They do have both Weaver as well as the Shadow Fiend on high ground very soon. Those two push insanely fast. Probably even faster than the Morphling. In the meantime, the Morphling can take the set of racks in the bottom lane and try and go back and defend. They do have that buyback on the Templar Assassin after all, so they need to back up quickly. The Slaughter will most likely quickly TP, and well, they can TP on the Morphling as well, so we will have a high ground defense, but No Logic Gaming, this is pretty much saying, well, if we try to commit for Throne, we will force the Morphling back, and then either we can back up or we can 5v5 fight, and then in case Horde were to lose that fight, then suddenly you can take the game. So No Logic Gaming, there may be gambling, but it may pay off. It may pay off. Alright guys, let's all pray and hope for the QEON's internet to repair itself somehow. And whoever's DDoSing him, please stop it so we can end this second game. And well, no matter what happens, let's just be able to end the game before everyone dies from boredom. That would be sad. We've almost been paused longer than the game has gone on. That's where we are at the moment, so feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. QEON should be back in a moment for another attempt. I told him to not leave his home, but he wouldn't listen. GG. Owned. Alright, he's back, boys. Ready? Ready? Everyone is ready. Go. Alright, boys, let's see how the split push happens. Top mid lane looks like they are indeed going for the throne. They want to just end this game. They have to buy back the Templar Assassin. TP comes back on Pablo. Let's see. All building has been taken down. The Miller X has been taken down as well. So if they can defend this, that's going to be very good. The Sven gets jumped on. He takes an Ethereal Blade shot to the face. And the Sand King... Someone save me. Save me. Alright, well... I guess, like... Guys... Someone kill this guy, man. Kill that Sand King, right? Alright, so the Sven, well, he's not going to die from the waveform, but he's going to take a lot of damage. So let's see, Morphling does have that Aegis available, so I'm sure he just wants to try and right-click people to death. I mean, they did use the fortification, they will lose a tier 4 tower, but they took a Melarax in return. The range tracks is being worked on by the creeps, so as long as they can defend this Horde, they will have won the trade-off as well. They will maybe lose the range tracks in the mid lane and a tier 4 tower, but they will get a Melarax in the bottom lane in the as a trade-off, so they will have two lanes that pushes in towards No Logic Gaming, and the top lane is even pushing in a little bit, well, slowly. What is it? Ah, it's actually being pushed. Yeah, it's pushing in, so... See? First things first, though, the QEON. Let's all pray, let's all group together, buy internet for him. I don't know. Pings is happening like crazy. Kind of understandable though. I mean, you just brought back the Templar Assassin, you know he's moving in, you know he's trying to jump someone. No Logic Game, they're like, okay, our Sven is almost dead, he is very much in trouble, he has Warcry available, but how do we take this fight? Like, this is what you would think about when you pause up in this situation. This is the GG fight, right? This is the moment where either No Logic Gaming, they're going to continue being behind, or they can turn around and force it to a game 3, so you need to think about every possible thing to make it work. I mean, right now, if I can just like say what happens, right, is that the Sven will obviously pop Warcry, he will use his wand, he will try and Stormhammer the Morphling. The Morphling in the meantime may pop his BKB. I don't think you want to pop your BKB before you use Aegis though, so he'll probably just right click Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa will pop his Manta. He will try and burst down the Morphling a little bit. And Milan does have a Glimmer available, he can use that on the Sven to keep him alive. And Focus Auto, probably just continue hitting the buildings for now. Maybe take the range rack quickly so this little annoying clump of metal gets out of the way. And let's see. The Replicate is also moving back towards the base, so I guess they can maybe try and bait a little bit with that, maybe kill the courier with it. I'm not sure how much Replicate's damage is, 116 damage. Not quite enough to kill the courier, he needs 2 hits on it. I mean, maybe. The Replicate can bash as well, as far as I believe, so if he bashes, he can kill the courier. Alright guys, please, the QEON, come back. Alright. Sand King, Sand King, where are you, Sand King? Israeli internet indeed. Alright, looks like he's back. Hopefully this is going to be last time, because they have pretty much used up all of their, what's it called, all of that pause time for sure. So there's no way that he can continue this AFK pause, AFK pause. Let's see the Sven get jump on the Morphling. Here comes Pablo. He does get a good crush off. He does get the crush on the CM though. Focus on against control as well. He's maybe a little bit in trouble. They do pop the Aegis on the Morphling. He will respawn in a couple of seconds. The CA is ready to go in for a jump. Kaiser's going to be the target. They need to jump. They need to burst him down. Kaiser gets jumped. BKB gets popped. But the lasso comes out. Either way on the TA. They may be able to burn him down. They burn down Excalibur. That's a buyback used on the TA. Gox, he goes in further. J4 is going to be his target. He will burn him down. They need to catch Kaiser though. They need the big kills. Let's see, the Sand King is going to be on Hunt. He gets an eel set off. Epicenter comes out as well. He wants to get Kaiser. He gets a jump on him, and he should burn him down as well. That is a Shadow Fiend with no buyback, dead for 110 seconds. So despite the TA dying, they should still be able to call this a victory. They do see Nick as well. They're running him down, but I'm not sure if you even bother with this kill. You could maybe just try and focus on the racks. I mean, Focus though in the meantime is pushing the mid lane. And in the base, we do have Gog doing the work on the buildings, as he will take down the range racks. The Shadow Fiend actually gets enough gold to go for a buyback. He only needed a couple of gold pennies to buy back. Now he will use that buyback. In the meantime, the Weaver does take down one of the shrines, does a little bit extra damage to the base, and they bring down the Batrun in the top lane. The little gang squad with the Sand King as well as the Slaughter. They may be able to go in and force another push, but the Morphling, he uses Aegis. He doesn't have Aegis anymore. He's sitting on 6,000 gold conversion by another item. The Slaughter, almost for Shadow Blade. They need to keep on going as well. They put a lot of pressure. They forced the Shadow Fiend's buyback, so it's in a pretty decent situation right now. They just need to keep it up.
Fortune.
So many buybacks on cooldown. Alright, well, the Aegis got used instantly on the Morphling. He's level 25 now as well, so he does have that replicate damage available. Shadow Fiend takes a little E-Blade shot to the face, does a lot of damage to him as well. Kind of surprising he didn't try to Manta dodge it, but either way, he will just be sent on his way with that Morphling. The Morphling, with 6,000 gold, I mean, what do you buy? Just a butterfly on him? Or do you buy something bigger in terms of like survivability, like a Satanic, because you're very worried about dying this game, like for sure. So we'll see. The Sand King can pick up a Lincoln Sphere for himself. He does have enough gold to finish it, but he also has buyback off cooldown in 10 seconds. Okay, he decides to just go for the Lincoln Sphere purchase. So they have 2 Lincoln Spheres, well, 3 Lincoln Spheres. No, 2 Lincoln Spheres actually. What am I talking about? There's no Lincolns on the TA. I thought he had one as well. Slaughter does have a gem on him as well. Shadowblade is complete. They smoke up inside of Horde. They're moving down bottom with the Morphling. Still sitting on that 6,000 gold. I'm not sure what you would want to do with it. Focus sort of runs in to the enemy team though. Pablo goes in, doesn't get the crush off. Nikwa tries to go for initiation with the lasso. He goes in, tries to get lasso off. Gets the lasso on the TA. The TA gets control. They need to burn him down. Do they get the kill again? Excalibur will be taken down. Nikwa will burn on the battle in the meantime. That is 1 for 1 so far. Shadow Fiend gets his spectrum off. Here comes the Sand King though. Epicenter comes out. The Shadow Fiend is going to be taken down next. Both for his Manta style will die in the end. That is 3 down on No Logic Gaming, 3 down on Horde. The Morphling continues fighting. He does go for TP back, but no, the bash from Focus. He gets the bash off on the Morphling. Self-knee blade on the Morphling will keep him alive for the moment. He goes for a long stun on the Weaver in the meantime. He gets the waveform away. He needs to survive this. Does he survive? Ake tries to... Oh, so close, man. Ake now tries to go for TP back home. He will survive, but he needed to keep the Morphling alive. He needed to get another stun off on him, and in the end that is not going to be good enough. The Morphling does have a buyback available, but there are 3 people dead. This is troublesome. No Shadow Fiend though, so it's only going to be the Weaver that can push, and the Morphling can buy back and just force him away Let's see how much damage the Weaver can do in the meantime. The Sand King is going to be back up in 8 seconds as well. Templar Assassin in 40 seconds. So I'm not sure how much damage the Weaver can really do. He needs to wait for the creep wave to be available. Hastes on him now. Arcade goes in, steals the Sakuchi, lifts him up, controls him for a little while. Tries to just zone him away as much as possible. Steals the Sakuchi again just to make sure he has that spell available. Alright, Sand King loses his connection once again. Alright, the QEON, they are going to play 4 versus 5 as well. They've used all of their pause time. They paused for like roughly like 25-ish minutes. So Horde, they can't really rely anymore on it. It's a little bit sad that you don't have your 5th player there, but not much else to do about it. The Sand King will be controlled by someone else. They go in, they're gonna jump on the Weaver, they control him, they do a lot of damage. Lift comes out on him. They're taking a lot of damage on this Weaver. They go for the time lapse, but the time is being wasted. They're not buying back on the he pops his BKB, tries to force down that TP building, but the BKB is going to end very, very soon. He only got the tower. They're going to be fine with that. I mean, losing a tower is not too bad compared to not having to use a buyback on the Morphling. And let's see, 20 seconds to go, then the Morphling is back up. The Templar Assassin has respawned as well. It's kind of difficult for the Templar at the moment. Him being lassoed every single fight has led into him dying. They need to get a jump on the Bat Rider to be able to win the fights properly. The QEON going to be in the back line, so obviously someone is controlling him, so he's going to be the last one going in the fights most likely. And let's see, Lincoln Sphere gets used on the Templar Assassin. He has an extra Lincoln's courtesy of the Sand King, so we'll see.
That's exact.
Let's see. Looks like the butterfly is going to be picked up by the Morphling. At least he wants the Talisman Activation. I mean, I'm not sure what kind of big items he's going to buy, but looks like it's going to be something like that. Or not. He buys a Mantle Style. Okay, that's also a decent item. Gives him a lot more stats so he can survive better, and well, Manta dodging things is always useful. They now go for Rojan as well. They will pick up the Aegis on maybe the Templar Assassin. Yeah, the Templar Assassin picks it up. Makes sense because the last couple of fights, the Templar Assassin has been the one being lassoed every single time, and he dies when the lasso gets used. But now, since the lasso can only be used once in a fight, or well, at least unless the fight lasts for a long time, then he can use the Aegis for that, he can respawn, and then you should be able to have a much better time fighting. The Morphling is super goddamn fat as well, so he should not have an issue surviving with all of these items, but he needs to be careful regardless. Let's see what else is available. Cheese is also on the Templar Assassin, so he has a lot of defensive items on him right now. He's working towards an MKB next. In the meantime, No Logic Gaming, Shadow Fiend, Mantis Style on him, Butterfly, he's working towards a Satanic. The Sven has Blink, Solar Crest available, so small, cheap, very cost-effective items. The Bat Rider's very close to finishing his Akin himself, but can buy it out, would not have buyback available, but he will have buyback in a moment, so that is going to happen very soon. That means 2 lasso targets if they're close to each other. Weaver as well. Butterfly completed. MKB completed. This guy is insanely fat as focused. Almost the same amount of net worth as the Morphling. The Morphling still doesn't have an MKB. That's the next item you have to worry about, as there's Butterfly in both the Shadow Fiend as well as the Weaver, so they need to worry about that. Let's see, Horde. They move up on the high ground with Pablo. Scouting out a little bit, hiding in the trees. That could be sneaky, but he needs to be careful in the meantime. Well, he's picking himself. He's like, guys, I'm ready to go in for a jump. I'm just sitting in the trees, but the Bat Rider could be spotted out in the meantime. He goes in, he sees, oh, did they see each other? Slaughter to get a jump on him. Oh, Pablo, he sees him. He should be, maybe he goes for a jump here. He will move himself away, will go invisible. He does not get hit by the Storm Hammer in the meantime. He can blink back in and try and jump on the Bat Rider, which is something you need to do. You need to control that bat. But let's see, Horde, they're just holding themselves back for now. Waiting and waiting and waiting. They don't want to commit for something they don't have to. And I'm not sure how that buyback is. They have the buyback available on the Sand King as well. If we take a look at the overall buyback status, let's see. There's buyback on... You need buyback on the Sand King as well as Slaughter. That's the 2 heroes that don't have buybacks on. In the meantime, the Shadow Fiend's buyback is now available again. CM needs 1500 more gold for his buyback. The Sven needs 1000 more for his. The Weaver has buyback available in a second as well. So it is buyback versus buyback gaming. The Aegis is up for another 3 minutes on the side of Horde, so they most likely want to try and use it. We just need to see how much they wait until they actually do. They may wait for the full 5-man squad to have buybacks available. If they were to do that though, they need to give farm to the Sand King as well as the Slaughter, but for now, they're just going to push. The Morphling, double damage available, at least the remainder of it, so he could maybe just go high ground and look for something. Pablo looks to go high ground. Link gets cancelled, he tries to pop the CM, in the meantime the Sand King borrows himself out. Nice 2-man crush comes out, Excalibur goes in, tries to go for a pop on the CM takes a lot of damage, Lasso comes out on Excalibur, Excalibur will lose his life. That's the Lasso, that's the Aegis. In the meantime the range gets focused on Grog, takes a lot of damage, will replicate himself away. In the meantime Excalibur is still alive for the moment, needs to get himself up here as well. Everything that got used by the Sand King. In the meantime Chaser, very low, BKB has been popped, they're still alive on the side of No Logic Gaming, but they've lost the range rack. They get the Sand King kill, they pop the Aegis, they get the Rubik as well. That's 2 people dead on the side of Horde. Morphling in the trees does get the TP back to the bottom lane, so he survives. Excalibur survives as well. They lost so much though. Lost 2 heroes again, they barely get the range racks, and I mean there's still buildings alive on the side of No Logic Gaming. They have the melee racks, they wanted to get full mega creeps, but it's not good enough. Alright, let's see. The Sand King will be back up in 10 seconds. So, no worry, no one has to use buyback on the side of Horde. They're worried about pushing out the lanes for now. The Templar Assassin, does he have that MKB complete? Yes, it's done now, so his MKB is going to be ready. He has the cheese available as well, but I'm not sure if you want to have the cheese rather than having the MKB in your storage. In the meantime, Radiant Current dropped down. That's 2,400 gold on it, probably just a Demon Edge. And let's see, they are smoked up, they're moving in, they're trying to find a jump on someone. Morphling is going to show himself. Nikra does have a lasso available. Do they get the jump on him? The Weaver will move in towards him, he does go through him. Grog is a little bit in trouble. BKB is available, but no, he gets jumped on, he gets controlled, he gets killed. He does have buyback available. That's a very nice pick off on the side of No Logic Game. They can continue, they will fall to buyback instantly. And let's see, in the meantime, do they get run down? They try to blink out. Pablo goes for a blink, does not get the crush off though. Nikra in the meantime, 37 seconds before his next lasso. They have used those lassos so insanely well on that bad rider, as that has led into a kill every single time. And they forced a very big buyback in the Morphling. Morphling does have a refresh shop purchase as well. I'm not sure why you would even buy a refresh shop like that. That's kind of weird to me at Morphling's items. Like, you would probably rather replace the BKB with like a Satanic, so you use the BKB, then you replace the items in the middle of the fight, then you can replace Boots of Travels with an MKB. But refresh shop, I'm not so sure. I mean, double replicate, is that really worth it? I don't know. I guess with the 50% bonus replicate damage, it's decent if you replicate the Shadow Fiend, but that requires that you do get to replicate the Shadow Fiend, right? Or that he can replicate himself as well, I suppose. Manta and then replicate one of the Manta illusions. That illusion would in that case do a lot of damage. They also really have the best backlick items though. And now Horde, they're moving in, they're trying to find a jump on someone. They are smoked up. In the meantime, No Logic Game, they go for smoke themselves. So smoke on smoke action. The CM will be the first one to blow up. The QEON will be spotted here. He's a little bit in trouble. They're going for lasso. The QEON is trying to counteract, trying to go on the bad run. In the meantime, the tier will be blown. He does have buyback available. Looks like the QEON is going to drop down as well, as that Sand King is very much in trouble. Sand King will be dropping down. Arcade goes for freezing field, but it's not doing enough damage. The CM will burn. In the meantime, are they doing it? They're ratting, they're trying their very best, as Pablo is in the base as well. Morphling will get himself back. In the meantime, he popped the Sven in the backline, so CM died as well, so 3 for 2. They did a little bit more damage to the metal racks as well, so it looks like No Logic Gaming, they're very worried about defending their base. They do not want to give up that building. In the meantime, Pablo does get seen, does get spotted. He will lose his life as well, as that is a gem given away to the enemy, plus another death on the side of Horde. 4 dead on Horde. Now No Logic Gaming will definitely push us. They're just pinging down the mid lane. J4's like, mid, go now. Alright, let's see if they can make it work. The Morphling is just struggling to take good fights at the moment, and net worth wise, they've lost all of their lead right now. No Logic Gaming, they're officially back in the game, both net worth as well as experience-wise. There's still no mega creeps, as that Melrax in the top lane is standing strong. They have a fortification available very soon as well, so they can keep it alive in the next fight. We'll see. Buybacks on the side of Horde is also running a little bit slim. The Morphling still has cooldown for 4 minutes, and the team is respawning slowly. They will get a TA alive before they have to defend. They have a fortification to buy him those 10 seconds, but the Slaughter will have to use his buyback. Alright, let's see. Top lane. Weaver goes in, tries to take the tower very quickly. The Sand King jumps him, gets the bar strike on him. Will be controlled for now. The Morphling goes in with his illusions, with his replicates, with everything available. They need to do the damage. The Shadowfiend replicate has been taken as well. That can push out the mid lane easily. Plus 50% replicate damage, boys. As that is a scary illusion. In the meantime, the Logic game, they're still not forcing any more buybacks. The Slaughter has not used it just yet, so looks like it is going to be a successful haul for the side of Horde. They don't want to force anything. They will back themselves up. They will check the Roshan action. Oh, it's up in like 10 seconds. They actually check it a little bit too early. It's going to be up so goddamn soon. And Arke, what's it called? Milani is like scouting it out. He will take away the trap. Oh, but it respawns just a second after they leave the pit. How does that happen? Do they actually not check it again? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Guys. That's actually the most unfortunate check of Roche I've ever seen. Like, no Logic Gaming, they're like, okay, we have to defend the lanes now. Bottom lane is being pushed in, mid lane is being pushed in, but they check it, and 1 second after Roche respawns, they will realize it's up now, but they could have taken it very easily, and now suddenly Horde, they have all 5 heroes back alive. They're out on the map. They are testing, they're checking it themselves, making sure that they're not doing it. They will take away that help as well, make sure that that doesn't do anything fishy. Look down some walls, some sentries. Pablo will go in and check it. He will use his ultimate on as well, just making sure they have permanent vision of Roshan. They have a new trap in the pit as well, so Horde, they have a very good idea of what's happening. They just wait and see what No Logic Gaming does and try to respond to that. They are on the high ground, they have the vision, so they don't need to force anything. No Logic Gaming, in the meantime, they go into the pit, they try to just burn it down very quickly, and let's see, can they do that? The Morphling can replicate it in case of emergency. The Templar illusion will be taken away. They now go back in, and looks like that is going to be it, as the Morphling is in the bottom lane trying to push in from the bottom area. He does not want to take a fight without having his buyback available. 2 minutes still on cooldown, so they gave up the Aegis. Oh, it was snatched. It was snatched. Pablo, did it? Oh, I missed the big thing, boys. He actually just blinks in and snatches the Aegis in front of them. Okay, so he's going to have 2 lives available. The Cheese is still in the pit as they're just moving out. They want to take a fight. The CM in the meantime in the mid lane gets taken down. The jump. They get a nice last off, controlling both Ark as well as the Templar Assassin. Templar Assassin dies instantly. Bias back. He wants to take this fight. The Sven will die. The Coon in the meantime is a little bit in trouble. Will burn down. That is, well, the Coon who's not in the game, obviously. Respawns with that Aegis now. The Rubik buys back as well. Sand King does have a buyback available as well. The Sven is dead. The CM is dead. They want to keep fighting. They used 2 buybacks already on the side of Horde. They need to catch more. But what can they catch? What can they catch? Alright, well, again, fortunate that the Coon is still not back in game. I guess his internet is really just like completely dead. So it is indeed a 4 versus 5. Let's see. They brought back 2 heroes. There's a lasso available again now, so if everything goes like every single other fight the last like 20 minutes, then the TA will die very quickly. So they need to try and keep him alive. They need to try and make sure he does not get hit by a lasso, but he doesn't really have what it takes. He will be hit by a lasso indeed. He gets control. He may survive this time around. Does have a cheese available to keep him alive for a couple of seconds longer. He does try and walk himself away, but again, he just burns and burns and burns with Focus Dota's Bloodthorn. That is a dead TA for 120 seconds. They need to get the Mega Creeps to be able to prolong the game long enough. In the meantime, though, Pablo is running away. He does not want to fight into all of these heroes. Bottom lane, the Morphling is pushing in. He's very low HP. Have another replicate available. Can use his refresh up to get those Manta illusions up and running as well. Looks like that is going to be his play. He just wants to send in a lot of illusions. Or not, I suppose. Or not.
Haste! That should help.
Alright guys, the Morphling moves out bottom again, Kaiser. will walk himself away. He's not, well, he doesn't want to fight against his own illusion, but it doesn't really look like he has any issues killing it. And let's see the Morphling, 6,000 gold on him yet again, still no MKB. Now mid lane is being pushed down, 60 seconds without the Templar Assassin. Looks like No Logic Gaming may be able to force us into a game 3. The tanking, oh, he's back. He's back, boys. The QEON, he has returned to the land of the living, so they have all 5 players available. Horde, they're now in the defense. Let's see, the Weaver goes in. They try to force down the tier 4 buildings. They do have fortification available in case of emergency. The QEON, still alive. He tries to set up for something. They get a power strike off onto the Weaver. The Weaver gets controlled. They combo him down. The Weaver dies. As the flyback vehicle will be able to time himself back in. In the meantime, Goki gets controlled with that lasso. He's not dead yet, though. He does wait from himself away. He does pop another BKB. Will be live for a couple more moments. Mantis out dodges as well as he survives so closely. But comes out on the Shadow Fiend. Will be controlled for 4 seconds. Mass flyback on the Horde. They need to defend the Ancient. The Ancient is being mowed down by the Shadow Fiend. The Shadow Fiend needs to be jumped on. They go in. They try to get the pop on him. Shadow Fiend dies. That is Morphling. Oh, but the Bloodstone damage is so huge. The Morphling will die. The QEON will burn down as well. Shadow Fiend brought back. Everyone is alive on the side of No Logic Gaming, and they will take the Ancient away from Horde. And he cannot defend this. The QEON goes in, tries his very best, tries to do whatever damage he can, but it's too late, it's too little. Excalibur TP'd in, but it's already gone. It's gone. Alright, well, that's game 2 goes to the top. No Logic Gaming has to successfully come back. Obviously, being disconnected may have some issues ending the game for Horde on the side of the QEON, but that's what happens, man. You can't wait and wait and wait. That was like, what, 20